Righty. Hey. The first one here. Hey, sweetie. How y'all doing? Ooh. Now he want to get in the chair. What's up? Happy Monday, everybody. How y'all doing? Happy last day of tax season. Thank you, Jesus. Um, if you've been hiding under a rock, but today is the last day of tax season. I hope y'all are doing great. Whew. Hey, Kiana. What happened to you, girl? We got to talk. Hey, Putrell. What's going on, 53, the Southeast chick? I hope y'all are doing good. So I just got to tell y'all some good news that at least some of y'all I think will be happy about. Let me pull it up really quick. Give me a second. I'm going to pull this up and find it to let y'all know what's really going on. Okay. All right. So a couple good things are going on. It's all right, Kiana. We can talk in Messenger. I just wanted to make sure everything is okay. And if you filed with somebody else, that's fine too. All right. So let me okay, y'all know I got a little stuff going on in my head today. Just everything has been happening. But again, I hope you guys have filed your taxes. Okay. Today is the last day. If you have not filed your taxes, please file an extension. Okay. Some places you'll find that extensions are going to be free. Hey, Violet. Yeah, my face is shiny, probably from sweat and God knows what else. And y'all know I don't be really trying to put on the makeup and all that, but I ain't been eating no chicken. It's just that good old black skin that has a little oil to it. But thank you for pointing that out, Nathan. I appreciate it. Hope you can see me well. So you can file an extension very easy. The form is called 4868. Okay. It's too late to mail it. So if y'all did not get a chance to do 4868, it's too late to mail it. The only thing that you can do now is file and pay online. If you do not want to file and pay online, then you're going to have to find a tax preparer that will do it for free. I would tell y'all can call me to do y'all extensions, but I got so many people to take care of after I get off this live. Y'all better know me well in order for me to do it. Okay. But yeah, if you guys haven't had a chance to get your extension done, just hit me up so we can get your extension done. Let me tell you what you're going to need, all right, for your extension. It's almost exactly the same like filing your taxes. You will need your name, your birthday, your social, your address. That is all. Some of you do not know if you're going to owe or don't owe. Thank you, Kenya Johnson. I appreciate that. So some of you don't know if you're going to owe. So if it asks you how much you owe or whatever penalty or tax liability, just put 0 because a lot of y'all don't know you have not filed your taxes. I know here in Florida, a lot of people still have not gotten their 1099 for their unemployment. So that's still not around. So if you haven't gotten all your documents, just do a 4868. Okay. Let me tell you what an extension does. It does one thing. It gives you an additional 6 months to file. That means you have until October 15th to file. Unless a holiday is on the 15th, which I doubt, that date is not going to change. Okay. The only other thing that an extension will not do for you, but it is good that you guys should know this, is if you have a debt that you owe the IRS. The extension does not give you an extension to pay. The IRS still wants their money today, okay? Now, if you do not get that paid today, it's not going to kill anybody. All they're going to do is hit you with a late fee and some interest, okay? And I believe the percentage is around 3 or 4%, okay? Still cheaper than your credit card. Still cheaper than anyone's late fee with an apartment or any other place. So if you're going to be late, paying any back debts that you owe the IRS, it's okay. They're going to charge a little bit of of penalty and interest, which means if you're going to get a refund, it's going to be reduced a little bit, okay? But still do an extension. It beats not filing at all, because some of y'all don't file at all right? Now, I didn't say it, but please, you can share, like, tag, all that good stuff. Y'all know I do this every Monday. I've actually slowed down making some videos on TikTok because there is no news out that is concrete. Okay. I don't like to put out what is coming. I like to put out what is. All right. Because I don't like people getting all excited, thinking something gonna happen, and then be like, nah, it didn't pass. So so if you don't see a lot of new content on TikTok, that's because I'm waiting until concrete. All right. Until we get some concrete information. All right. What else was I going to say? So 4868, if you have not done an extension, you can do that. It gives you an additional 6 months to file, but it does not give you an extension on on paying any tax liability. You have some debt, then you're still going to owe that. It doesn't change. Okay. Now, let me go back to last week. 2 things from last week. First, let me tell y'all I'm not perfect, and I will correct myself if I say something that is wrong. I like to make sure that I give y'all the most accurate information because I know a lot of people listen to what I say, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to correct myself and tell you what I meant to say from last week. So last week, I asked you guys a question about an LLC, and can you have employees with an LLC? And you guys said yes, and you were right. What I meant to say was, can you have an LLC and hire yourself? Okay. If you are an owner of an LLC, you cannot hire yourself. Okay. You can hire employees. You can hire 1099. You can hire W-2, but you cannot hire yourself. That will not fly with an LLC. Okay. You will have to elect an S Corp or C Corp in order to hire yourself as an employee of your own business that you own. All right. So if y'all have any questions, or if I confuse anyone about that, just drop the question and I'll try to explain that to you guys. All right. In a little bit more detail. My second thing, and I'm gonna get to y'all messages in a minute. The second thing from last week, you guys remember we talked about the SBA coming out with the new Restaurant Revitalization loan and grant. Now, from some kind of way, that Tuesday after we talked on Monday, because I appreciate y'all, I'm gonna start calling y'all my savers, okay? So if y'all my savers who watched and y'all already knew the deal, if y'all saw on Facebook, I'm telling you, the internet was about to shut down because everybody thought, OMG, we got a new PPP, we got a new EIDL loan. No and no. There is no new PPP. There is no new EIDL loan. Anyone who told you that is lying, okay? The only thing that the SBA, or shall I say the government, is offering us is the Restaurant Revitalization. And that is for individuals who have a restaurant business, food trucks, pretty much anyone that is in that food industry. And it is going to be for individuals. Right now, it says it's for individuals who applied last year or last time and didn't get any money. Now, I'm sure that's going to change because remember, guys, this is not passed. It only passed the House. It still has to go to the Senate. Will the bill pass? I'm sure it will. We don't know the finalities of it. We don't know exactly all of who is going to cover. It may cover restaurants and entertainment venues. So we still have to see. But please, I just want to let you guys know, my savers, because I did make a post that said if you follow me or you watch me on Monday, you would already know that there is no new PPP. And if there was, y'all know I would have made a video. As soon as I found out, some of y'all I would have texted because some of y'all didn't get no money. And I remember some of y'all paying, but it is not that. Okay. So I would just tell y'all to chill. Don't get too excited, because this has nothing to do with a lot of y'all. All right. So that's unfortunate, but it is true. Okay. So again, hey to everybody, if I did not speak, yes, if you did not file, I see a couple people in here saying I did not file yet. Please, if you do not file, especially y'all too, I know y'all. So hit me up on Facebook, Miss Robinette. Okay, Kiana. Matter of fact, Kiana, I'll make a note to do an extension for you anyway, because I already have you. Ms. Robinette, if you want me to do it, send me a message and I'll do an extension for you also. And okay, I'll get to that. Somebody asked a question about the difference between an S Corp and a C Corp. All right. Somebody says, what about filing for your business? If you have to file for your business, today was the last day. If you had a C Corp, today was the last day. If you had an S Corp, you were supposed to file sometime in March. Okay. So if you have not filed, you could do an extension for your business, but you would have to file that form online as well. And that, if you're trying to do an extension for your business, a C Corp, you will have to pay for an extension. They do not offer those for free unless you mail it, and you don't have enough time to mail. So if you're one of those individuals that you file your business with your 1040, meaning your personal taxes, then if you do a regular extension on your personal taxes, you will be fine for your business as well because you filed together. All right. Somebody asked, it says, I don't owe, do I need an extension? If you did not file, you need an extension. It doesn't matter if you owe or not. The extension gives you 6 more months so that you don't have to get penalized. If you do not put in an extension, they're going to penalize you. That's it. Just like you get a demerit. Just like you get points taken off. It's the same thing. They're going to take money off of your refund if you do not put in the extension. I put in the extension anyway, even if I do file on time, because you never know what's going to happen. Okay. Just like today, everybody and their mama called to try to get their taxes done at the last minute. And I understand life gets in the way, but we have to stay on top of stuff. File that extension so you got time to relax. Okay. It gives you until October 15th, or get on top of it and get your paperwork to a tax preparer so that you can file. All right. Somebody said, what's the difference between an S Corp and a C Corp? An S Corp and a C Corp, the biggest difference that you're going to find is how you are taxed. Okay. An S Corp usually taxes you one time. It taxes the business income, and that's all. C Corps usually double tax. Okay. They double tax you. They tax the business. Then if you are an owner of your, an employee, or, you are someone that's going to take money from your business earned money, but you're an employee, you made some money, you're going to be taxed from the business side. And you're also going to be taxed personally because you'll be issued either a W-2 or a 1099. So the biggest difference between the two is how you are taxed. Okay. Some of y'all don't even need to worry about that because some of y'all don't even have your business set up. That's one. Two, if you do have your business set up, you first need to see if you're going to be an employee or not an employee. You have to find out which way is most advantageous to you. Some people are not S Corps or C Corps. Some people just have LLCs and they file it on their 1040 taxes. Okay. And before you ask, well, why do people choose LLCs? They choose them because LLCs are the only type of business except a sole proprietor, which is a fictitious or doing business as name. Those are the only two types of taxes you can file on with your personal. If you have a corporation, you cannot file your corporation taxes with your personal. Okay, so that is why so many people run to LLCs. All right, so just so you guys know that. Okay. All right, let me see. I'm self-employed, just filing. Hold on. Let me see what it say. I'm self-employed, just filing an extension, allowing me extra time to get my SEP in as well. Filing an extension gives you more time to put your documents together. The only thing that an extension does not do is it does not give you extra time to pay the debt. You late. So if you end up doing your taxes tomorrow and find out that you owe $1,000, fine. You're going to owe $1,000 plus whatever the interest and the late fee. Is it going to be a whole lot of money? No, maybe $20, $30. Some of y'all have gotten interest statements from the IRS. That interest statement that they pay you, that means that they paid you late, and now they paid you the extra fees that they would charge you if you were late. So that's the only one good thing about the IRS. If they owe you, they pay you with interest. If you're late, you got to pay them with interest. So at least it's fair when it comes to that. Now, I can't say nothing else is fair, but at least that part is fair. Okay. And hey, from Charlotte, hey, y'all from all the other places. I appreciate y'all watching. Now, let me jump on something real quick. And I do not mean to get ratchet or any of those things, but I just have to let y'all know. Anybody interested in being a tax preparer, you need to be prepared that you are going to have people that are going to do things like give me your information. And if the tax preparer does not come back with the amount that the person thinks that they should get, they're going to mess around and say, never mind, don't file my taxes, and basically have wasted your time. All right. That happens a lot. So here's what I want to say to you guys who do that, or tell your friends. If you are going to have somebody file your taxes and you have self-employment, you need to let the tax preparer know that you're doing self-employment, and you need to tell them some kind of income. Why? Because ain't nobody trying to lose their right to file taxes, because some of y'all don't want to pay what you owe. Now, I'm going to give you an example. Now, this person is good, okay? So this person didn't do it, but I'm going to show you an example of how some things happen. We got a lot of these nurses that have gone out and done this, working travel nurses. I think it's great. I think y'all making great money, okay? But I have a girl, she made $250,000 this year, and she owed $49,000. Now, she's workable. I can say, hey, girl, I put in all your stuff, and this is what you owe. Now, she may say, girl, we need to do something about that. That's a little too much. Let me give you some of my expenses. But then you have some people that are like, well, why I'm getting that? Why I cost that much? Well, you didn't pay any taxes. Well, I was expecting to get more than that. Well, who told you that? Nobody told them. This is what they thought of in their mind. And those people should be the individuals that are doing their own taxes, because you are wasting people's time if you're not happy with the results. Taxes is not a shopping game. I know people think that, but basically when you're shopping your taxes around to people, all you're doing is shopping it around to find somebody who's going to lie the best for you. Now, if they want to do that, that is fine. But IRS is not just looking at y'all. They looking at the tax preparers. Now, I don't know how many of you guys go and look at these cases, but the IRS is not playing, and they're not playing in Florida, okay? Because it's a lot of scamming. It's a lot of fraud. So please don't get your tax preparer in trouble or be mad at them because they refuse to hook you up because they're trying to look out for themselves. So I say that because there are a lot of people that have done that. And I can tell you, I have a lot of people that I've started their taxes, and I go and I look now, and they've all been deactivated because they turned around and didn't like the truth, so they went to somebody else, and that's fine. But please don't think that they're not looking, because they are. Okay. So that was my little sidebar. I had to get that off my chest, a little piece, because a lot of people are not understanding that. All right. Quinalda says, can you help me with my student loan with Navient from Broward College? I text your line, no response. Which line did you text, Quinalda? And because my line is, I have my personal cell phone number. You might have texted me on my work number. So if you could send me a email, shamikasaves@gmail.com, and I will respond. Okay. And thank y'all for who tuned in last week and came to me to get their borrow defense application done. Okay. Also, I work in the office with me and one other person. Me and this other person, we work very closely and very tight with one another. Okay. So you're going to find that if you call my office, I may be talking to this person, telling them to tell you something because I'm in the middle of doing something else. All right. Now, if the person is watching, I'm sorry you got upset, honey. We were not trying to be rude or ignore you, but I'm passing messages to this person so that she can tell you the information that I need. So I need y'all to understand, this ain't Walmart. This ain't Kmart. This ain't no corporation. This is a small business owned by one person and helped ran by another person. So I'm gonna need y'all to exercise just a little patience, okay? Because Walmart don't let you text them. Walmart don't let you call them at 7, 8 o'clock or 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I do. So the same flexibility I give y'all, I would like y'all to be able to give me that as well, because it's not easy taking care of all y'all. And I appreciate it. I don't mind it, not one bit, but I do need y'all to have a little bit of understanding. Okay. All right. So those are all my little side notes. Y'all can drop y'all questions, but I do want to tell y'all what is going on. All right. So student loans, let's get on that. Student loans. It is a strong possibility it is going to be extended again. Why? Because these fools ain't worked it out yet. Okay. Because you see how many of y'all are doing y'all borrower's defense application, and now they're seeing, oh, well, wait a minute, we might not need to start having people pay us. We should work out all these stuff that's going on in the background to find out who really owes us and who does not. Okay. So the talks is saying that before August 31st, okay, that's when the new student loan deferment or forbearance, excuse me, is supposed to end. It is possible that it's going to get extended again. Now, I'm going to keep saying this until y'all do it. We are in our forbearance stage, y'all. If you know you got a school that you went to, please do your borrower's defense application, okay? When I tell you people been bringing their daddies and their uncles and their granddaddy, I appreciate that, because these people should not be carrying around debt on their credit reports that they do not owe, okay? And just like the gentleman told me today, hey, he said, I wasn't going to wipe off my school. He said, I've been trying to get jobs and I put it on my resume, and they tell me they can't accept my degree because the school is closed. So if the school is closed, they won't accept his degree, his transcripts, then why is it on his credit? Why is he about to go into a new payment plan? Don't do that. Not to yourselves, not to your folks. So make sure you're asking about your folks too, okay? That's very, very important. PYT says, I owed and paid, but my account on IRS still not showing my current return. All right, that's a good one. Y'all know I hop around a lot. So a lot of y'all are saying, I filed my taxes, I went to IRS to view my transcripts, and I don't see it. As long as your tax preparer has the submission ID, and let me tell y'all, that submission ID by this long, I'm that thing by 20 letters and numbers. As long as they have that ID, the IRS has your stuff. It may not show in your transcripts. That's probably because it had not been received. We don't know where it's sitting at right now. So that's why it's not showing up. So please do not go beat up your tax preparer thinking that they did not file your taxes, because they did. So as long as they can give you that ID, the IRS has it, okay? Now, if you want to sit on the phone or talk to a tax advocate, you can call the tax advocate and you can skip calling the IRS. The tax advocate will be able to see that your taxes have been submitted, even if you do not see it on your transcripts, okay? Somebody knows something, all right? So please don't feel like they didn't file it because it's not there, because it is, all right? Extensions for state. Your state will be different. If you have to file an extension through your state, that is something you probably should have already done, because it also ended today. What I would tell you to do with your state, if you cannot file an extension form with your state, just let them penalize you, but still do your extension with the federal, but you can let them penalize you at this point, because there's no way for you to electronically send it in. Most states don't have it where you can do an extension electronically for your state. Now, if they do it. If they don't, just go ahead on and let them penalize you, but just know for next time that we are not going to be late. All right, we are not. That's what we don't want to do. All right. Let me see. Rhonda says, hello, do you have any news on the homeowners assistance fund and what qualifies you? Well, the only thing that qualifies you, and a lot of people have been asking me that, for the homeowners assistance fund, you just got to be a homeowner. There is no special requirements for that other than being a homeowner. You will put in with your state. You'll start the process. Now, I'm going to tell you, I have only seen one person get a check. One, and that's not in the state of Florida. It was in Louisiana, and she's one of the viewers, but only one person got a check. And thank you for telling me. But anybody else did the homeowners assistance fund and you got paid, let me know so I can tell people, how the process is going. But as it is right now, this is a very slow process. And honestly, you better off fixing your credit and getting a loan or getting a credit card and using it to fix up your house than to wait for these people to give you any money, because it's taking too dang on long. Okay. All right, hit me up, Fimoka. Okay, so Jerry says, Jerry, it says, so till I waited till last minute for first time ever, I had a terrible year. I get that. A lot of people have a terrible year and not get it filed on time. I understand that. What if the tax person is not getting back with you and you prepaid? Well, y'all don't want to know what I think. If I gave somebody my money and then they're not answering, those sound like fighting words to me, but please don't go fight. That is just what I would probably, I'm gonna leave that, but I don't like nobody messing with my money, and I think that's messed up. If they took your money and you have a receipt, then just go ahead on and call the police and make it, that's theft. Okay, so just going on, and as soon as you get them people in the black and white on them, they change, or blue and white, they change. So you can always threaten them to call the police, especially if you have a receipt that you prepaid your money. I hate that people do that, but it does. It says, I was supposed to get the return on the 15th, but I didn't. Do you think it's because of the holidays? So some of y'all Some of y'all have come to me and say, hey, my transcripts say I'm getting my return April 15th. Well, what I need y'all to verify on your transcript is, what does that code, that 3-digit code, say in front of the line that says you're going to get a refund? And the reason why is because a lot of you have had mistakes, or you're getting audited, or they're reviewing your stuff, or they took your return or whatever. And the date goes all the way to the last day of tax season, which is April 15th, 2022. It won't say the 18th, but it'll say April 15th, 2022. And that does not always mean that's a good thing, especially if you got code 970. All right. So you need to go and look at your transcripts to see if that is you that I'm talking about. All right. Because they don't, I mean, some people get paid on the 15th, but for your transcript to say that, that can be iffy if there's a code in front of that that message. What is the borrower's defense? People getting their money back from student loan, getting that student loan debt wiped off of the Kyver system and wiped off their credit report so that they no longer owe it. So if you went to a school that's closed down, then you can apply for the borrower's defense. Okay. All right, so hold on. I got a couple things. Let me see. I hope y'all follow me on either on Instagram or on Facebook, because I do put stuff in the story. Okay, because there's a lot of casting calls out there. Now I know everybody trying to get that famous money. Okay, and so they are giving y'all the opportunity. They casting for a lot of stuff. All right. So if I put out something that I think people can get, I'm telling you, these reality shows are looking for stuff. These game shows are looking for stuff. Y'all got to realize people ain't working. Okay. And everybody is sitting home doing what? Watching TV, watching YouTube. Okay. So if you don't have no way to make money, that might be a way to make you some money and get you a SAG card at the same time. All right. Oh, this one's a good one. Let me see what message y'all got, and then I'm gonna give y'all this great news. Can you speak about the identity letters to verify your identity? Yeah. So if you get a letter from the IRS saying you need to verify your identity, they usually give you the opportunity to verify your identity through the phone first. You need to have your last year's tax returns with you. If you're successful, you are fine. If you cannot do it that way, you will need to make an in-person appointment to your local IRS office to verify who you are, so that they can verify you. I mean, it's so much dang on fraud, y'all, that the IRS is scared to cut a check. Okay, they are scared to cut a check. I'm gonna tell y'all, we had mailed a guy's refund, and then they gave us the opportunity to e-file it. So we said, you know what? We're gonna e-file it so it can go through faster. They sent him a letter saying, we got 2 returns. Which one is true, although they were both the same amount? And is this you? Okay, so the IRS is not playing. They want to make sure you are who you are before they cut that check, because the chances are, once they pay that money out, it takes a long time for you to ever get it, especially if it wasn't supposed to, go to that person and it was supposed to go to you. It's a long time before you get yours. They'll pay you. It's just going to take a while. Okay, so if you got your taxes taken this year, and some people who are watching know I'm going to be working on their stuff in the background, it's going to take a while before you get your refund back from them. So that's why we don't like to make mistakes, and that's why we try to tell you to file on time so you can have all your good stuff. If you're still waiting on 2020 amended taxes, just buckle up, because 2020 it's almost like it's a year that didn't even happen. That is going to be the year that gets paid the latest. But I'll tell you this: if you're still waiting for your money from the IRS for 2020, you will get paid with interest. So it's okay. They paying you extra. All right. They're doing just like the mob will say, pay me with interest. And that's exactly what they're doing. All right. Okay. So let me get to this other piece of good news that y'all did not know. Okay. Now, mind y'all know I talk about the stuff that just never seems to make the news. And why it doesn't make the news? Because they want to pump y'all full of fear and keep y'all scared of stuff. But I want to bring y'all stuff that's good, that, encourages you and makes you happy. Okay. So if you are an individual who was paying your student loan payments, and then COVID happened, and then all of a sudden you lost your job and you became late and you got behind, or whatever it is, the Department of Education is saying this is a part of that Navient bill, that little lawsuit that they had with Navient, that now if you is starting in, let me see what it says. I'm going to read it to y'all. It says the Department of Education said borrowers who were in default before the pandemic will receive a fresh start, meaning any negative marks you had on your credit report from your student loan after COVID started, they're going to wipe all that off. Okay, so there will be no negative marks. All right. So it says when payments resume. Okay, so not right now. It says you guys will receive a fresh start when payments resume. Now, I get how they're doing that. They just said August 31st is the day that you should get back into paying, but they may extend it probably till the end of the year, probably until January next year. We don't know. Now, that's great, but you don't have a chance to get those black marks cleaned off of your credit report until after payments resume. So let me tell y'all, with the government, it's always give or take. They're going to give you something, but they're going to take something. So yeah, it says that 7.5 million people will be affected by it. So a lot of y'all are going to see that when payments resume, your credit is going to look real good. Okay. And why? Because student loans are going to go if those student loans aren't yours. The negative remarks are going to go, or the missed payments, the 30, 60, 90, 120 days, that's going to go. Also, let me see what it says. It says the terms of default vary depending on the type of loans borrowers have, but for most federal loans, okay, so it says most people who have at least 270 days. So most of those loans would have been charged off or went to a collection. If it was charged off, went to a collection, when payments resume, will see that all of those things are going to delete magically off of your credit. Okay, so basically, it seems like nobody don't need to go to school. Okay, but it's saying that everyone who is affected by it should see at least a 100-point increase. And you know why? Because this is from loans from last year. So the older it is, and I don't know about no 100-point increase. You might be close. It really depends. That factors on what all you have on your credit. But it's going to be from last year, and it is, so basically they're going to be removing late pays. Late pays getting removed, that's great. And if it removes collections, that's good too. If it's really old, well, it doesn't even matter if it's really old, because they ain't going to go past 270 days. So we got to see. So basically anything from January of 2020 on back 270 days will put us at what? Maybe September? Maybe September time frame. But nope, that's actually October. So pretty much 10 months in 2020. If you got late pays, anything messed up your credit from the student loans, they will remove those as soon as they start resuming payments. All right. Lisa, if your school closed, hit me up. It says, have you heard anything about them giving everybody that work $100 for gas? I haven't heard them doing that in Florida. They're going to do it in California. But that money, most of the people who are getting money for gas, and let me let y'all know, that's not going to start until like July. So by that time, most of y'all are probably going to be on your feet, and the gas going to be gone down. It doesn't matter. It's still free. But I have not heard $100 anywhere in Florida. I know they definitely are doing it in California and a couple other states, but Florida's giving money for other stuff, teachers and police officers. Okay. Lanika says, I got my BS degree in 2009 from Everest. They are closed, and I'm looking through the reasons for applying for the bar of defense. What will I select for the reason? There is no reason for you to select, Lanika. You would just straight up put the school's closed. I mean, it's not open. That is your defense to borrowing the money. Again, like I told y'all, we do them. We already have a template already done. We just put your personal information in there, change your information about your school, and send it to you with the address so you can go ahead on and mail it and get it over with. Okay. All right. It says the code on your return was 766 and 768. All right. So let me see what this IRS code is really quick. IRS code 768 is, all right. Well, that's good. That's earned income credit. And 766 is, so those are all refundable credits. So if you had April 15th by those dates, that's good. You should not have a problem. Your money should be coming to you. Okay. All right. Let me see what else y'all got. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I need your help with this. Come student loans, credit repair. Yeah, I know, Putrell. Then just hit me up. Absolutely. I'll help you. Yes, Tanya, that $100 is California. It says, did y'all talk about the business money that they just signed for? See, they're signing all kind of stuff. See, the states are trying to give y'all money to encourage y'all to get into business. Okay. They want y'all to go into business. Why? Because small businesses are the cornerstone, okay, of this country. Now, do people come and buy us out and beat us up like Walmart and some of those other places? Absolutely. But they do want to encourage you to start businesses. If you have something, Tanya, you can send it. If not, I'm going to look it up so I can bring that information out to y'all. It says, where do I find my tax transcript? You are going to have to create an account on the IRS website. They have not made it easy. Okay. You have to verify yourself with ID Me. You got to take a picture. You got to put up your driver's license, the back and front. It is a whole mess. Okay. Make sure you are comfortable, relaxed, and not in a bad mood, because it probably will piss you off of how difficult it is to get through to set that up with them. But it should be done. Okay. Y'all going to see that Where's My Refund ain't going to be able to do nothing for y'all in these coming years. Why? Because the IRS, their staff is dwindling. Okay. Even if they hire people, they're not hiring enough to manage to get these taxes done in time. So you're going to have to start being your own IRS agent and being able to start reading your transcript so that you can understand how to do or how to read or to know when your money is coming. So you do not have to wait on these people. All right, because that's exactly what they're going to make y'all do. Even DCF, and this is for Florida, but even DCF, okay, that's Department of Children and Families, even they put out a message saying, hey, it might be some shortages in giving y'all money on y'all EBT cards because we don't have enough people. So, you know, it's frustrating, it's aggravating, and I'm trying to figure out where are the people? All the people who were working for y'all 2 years ago, I guess nobody's not going back to work, okay? But if you're starting to see delays with your government, your local government, your state government, that is more than likely why. Because ain't nobody going to work. Nobody, okay? What else was I going to tell y'all about really quick? DoorDash, no. Let's see. So you guys already know about starting July 1, the $500 or less medical bills are going to be falling off your credit automatically. So that's going to be happening. Then the student loans are going to come off. If you have those derogatory marks, that's going to come off. So basically, they're really giving y'all 50% off on y'all credit. Okay. They are really trying to help a lot of y'all get y'all credit together so that y'all will be able to, I don't even want to say purchase or buy a house, because even that is starting to be too much and too high. So let them fix up, take everything off of your credit that needs to be. Then you do the rest so that you are ready. I have somebody right now that says, girl, thank you. You done got our credit together. We are ready to buy. And I said, don't you buy. And I'm telling y'all, don't rush out there to buy. Now, if you want to sell, that might be great. Okay. But buying, no, because we are on or going towards possibly, and I think it's a very strong possibility of having another recession. Okay, now that probably doesn't mean much for a lot of you, but it is if you're somebody that's trying to buy. There's nothing worse than paying $600,000 for a house only to find out later when the market change is only worth $300,000, but you got a mortgage for $600,000, but you can't sell it for that much. Now you're upside down. That hurts. That hurt. Okay, and there's a lot of people that lost their homes, got their credit all messed up. They had to file bankruptcy, everything because of this. So if you can stand it, don't rush out there to buy anything. Wait until the market changes, when things are going to be back to a reasonable, amount, not this inflating stuff. Y'all have to pay attention. When the government says that they are raising the interest rates, they're doing it because they want, when they say they're lowering the interest rate, I apologize. They're doing that because they want you to go out and spend, buy. And then as soon as everybody starts doing it, they go, what? Too many people are doing it. Let's raise the interest rate back up. Now that's great if you're a person that is an investor, but if you're somebody who is buying a home for you and your family, and that's your primary home, I would not tell you to rush out there and do it, because you may find yourself in this housing bubble and then you're really going to be hurting. All right. So please slow up if you have not. There's nothing wrong with being ready. Stay ready, but you do not have to buy right now. It says, Elizabeth said, I'm on the IRS page right now trying to get my son W-2. And when I clicked it, it's saying nothing is available, but he did work for 3 months last year. If you're on that site, getting your transcript and you cannot see the earning, well, first of all, are you in the earning and wage section? If you are and you still don't see it, then I would tell you to contact the company, because they may have not turned it in only because he worked 3 months. They may think, You never know. Some people just don't turn in documents. So that is where I tell you guys to go look for it. If your employer won't give you another W-2, you get it from your transcripts. If you're there and you don't see an urge and a wage and earning transcript, then that means they didn't turn something in. All right. Send me a message, Elizabeth. I'll help you if I can. Tanya says, people tired of working for nothing. The system has failing, basically. Yeah, people are tired of working for nothing, but I'm going to tell y'all something. And I don't know, and I'm going to look at y'all messages in a minute. See, everybody complaining about not making enough money, not making enough money. And I get that. But now that they have raised the wages, ain't people still broke? $15 an hour sounds just like or feels just like $7, $8 an hour. You know why? It's called supply and demand. So if the price of your wages go up, milk is going up, orange juice going up. Have y'all went and bought groceries lately? Those who are not on food stamps, have you went to try to buy groceries? Okay. I hated that they raised the wage because I knew that this was going to happen. Everything was going to go up. Everything. Okay. And then now food is going to be even more expensive to buy. All right. Let me tell y'all, your weed man should have went up. Cigarettes should have went up. Liquor should have went up. Everything went up because y'all wanted the wages to go up. And guess what? You still feel like you're making $7, $8 an hour. Why? Because people aren't doing the good old budgeting. People aren't getting rid of unnecessary expenses that they do not need. Did I say I filed bankruptcy a lot? I absolutely do. I had a man come in the office today and said, I am $100,000 in debt to the IRS. And I said, why? And he said, well, what else am I supposed to do? I owe the IRS. And I said, well, you ever thought about dismissing it in bankruptcy? And he goes, you can't dismiss IRS federal debt in bankruptcy. And I told him, you're wrong. You absolutely can. And for any of y'all that's watching, or you know somebody, you don't have to carry around years and years and years of debt with the IRS. And then every time you get a refund, it's being taken. That doesn't, you know why? They take advantage because they know you don't know. Okay. As long as your debt is 2 years or older, you can dismiss that in bankruptcy. Absolutely. Okay. Please don't let anybody tell you because it's a federal debt that it cannot. If I can wipe out food stamps, people who are overpaid food stamps trying to keep from going to jail, if we can wipe those out, if we can wipe out people getting paid Section 8 funds and they weren't supposed to, and to keep them from going to jail, you know, sometimes we've done it. Okay. Some people's probation officers were pretty cool. But you know, so if you can wipe those debts off, you can also wipe off student loans. All right. Mm-hmm. So let me see what y'all got really quick. Not student loans, your IRS debt. Any information for Missouri residents? Nothing specifically with Missouri right now. Y'all remember this is tax season. So the only thing a lot of the news is talking about is getting through tax season and telling y'all what to do. And then now that tax season is going to be over, now they're going to start putting out stuff that they should be putting out. Just like they didn't tell y'all that the federal government sued Dun & Bradstreet. Okay. So any of you guys who had Dun & Bradstreet and you were paying for a service through them, you should be getting a refund. Okay. Y'all ain't looking at them class action lawsuits like I'm looking at those class action lawsuits. See, that's the stuff they keep quiet because all they want y'all to think about is Ukraine and this person killed this person and be scared of this and be scared of that. They don't never want to talk about what y'all can do to put money in your pocket. They're never going to tell you that. Let's see. Taking off derogatory marks and medical bills. Yes, they're going to take off derogatory marks and medical bills once student loans, in July. Yes, July 1st. What about, let's see, taking off the, okay. So y'all, medical bills. A lot of y'all that's watching, y'all guys are eligible to be what they call indigent. Okay. If you look at the federal poverty line, just look at where you fall on that poverty line. It is based off of income. If you are broke or broker than broke, you will get your medical debt wiped off completely. You don't owe it, period. All you got to do is go to the hospital and say, hey, according to the CARES Act, you guys are a nonprofit. I'm under the federal poverty line. I shouldn't have to pay this. And watch what happens. Okay. Now, for y'all that are not as broke, but y'all a little bit broke, then you can do the same thing and see if they have a sliding scale, which brings your amount down so that you're not paying as much. Okay. I say this stuff over and over all the time to y'all. I'm just waiting for people to come back and go, girl, I did it. Some of y'all do. I want more of y'all to come back and tell me that, because that is what, we need to talk about, so that we know it's working. Yes, food is sky high, and it's sky high because of inflation. Y'all wanted the pay to go up, so everything else is going to go up too. So, hopefully y'all not going to be crying talking about pay us $20 an hour. I hope not. Okay. If people start making $20-something an hour working at McDonald's, baby, it is over. Okay. Because can you imagine how much a Big Mac meal going to cost? Please stop it. Let's stay right here. Okay. We don't need to go up no more, folks. Let's just learn how to budget and manage the money that we do have, so that you don't have to feel like you broke. All right. Tanya says, yes, that's how people stop evictions too. Bankruptcy. I learned that on Judge Judy. I'm telling you, bankruptcy does everything. Okay. I don't have people about to go to jail for food stamps, people about to go to jail for Section 8, people who owe the IRS, people who are getting their tax refunds taken. It's so many things that you could do with bankruptcy. Why? Because bankruptcy stops all the creditors. Nobody can do nothing. They got to, just like that. They have to stop. Okay. It's a great tactic if you know how to use it, but a lot of people do not. Plus, people are scared to use it because they think, oh, my credit gonna be messed up, but your credit already trashed. So filing bankruptcy can't do anything but help you, sis. Okay. I know a lot of people think that it's going to mess them up worse, but it doesn't. It actually helps. And did I mention that bankruptcy is a federal program? So who doesn't like using the government against the government? That's what you're supposed to do. You let them fight, not you get in the middle of it. All right. Installment loans. What about installment loans? There are a lot of installment loans. Are they going to come off your credit? No. Let's see. How to lower your credit card debt. Pay it off. That's just the honest to God truth. You can lower your credit card debt by paying it off. There is no other magic way to lower it, unless you're trying to lower your utilization. If you're trying to lower your utilization, you get more credit. That's another trick. But basically, I have to advise you about credit based off of your situation. Everybody's credit situation is not going to be the same. All right. If somebody come to me and say they want to buy, there's things we got to do to make sure they're ready to buy. If somebody says, Shamika, I just need a car, that's totally different than getting ready to buy a house. If they just say, girl, I'm just under the weight and pressure of this debt, and I feel like I'm about to jump off a bridge. And yes, I have people that really want to hurt themselves behind the debt. You do not have to do that. You can reach out to people like me. Okay. I charge $19.99. Okay. I'm going to keep on saying I charge $20, the best $20 you'll probably ever spend. And it's cheap as you're going to get. But I get to walk you through your situation and tell you what I think would be good for you to do if I was in your situation. That way you don't have to worry about me putting no pressure. I'm just going to tell you what I would do or what I would tell my mama to do. All right. So if I wouldn't tell my mama to do it, I'm not going to tell you to do it. All right. So that's the best way to tell you, Slim Jim. I'm sorry, but there is no better way to tell you than to lower it. Yes, you can do bankruptcy in all 50 states. Bankruptcy is a federal thing, just like taxes. I do not have to be in the same state with you to do it. I find that each Monday I have more and more people that want to do bankruptcy than ever before. And you know why you didn't do it? Because some rich person who has everything told you you're not supposed to, but they stay rich and you stay poor. But rich people file bankruptcy all the time. And you know why they do it? Because they want to protect what they have and they don't want anybody to take it. But poor people think because they're poor, they have nothing to take or nothing to lose. Yes, you do. You've been losing time with that bad behind credit you've been dragging around. Okay. So we don't want to have to do that. So I'm going to switch gears real quick. This is something I definitely said I wanted to talk to y'all about. Let me see what time it is really quick. All right. It's 7:50. So thank y'all who have stayed with me thus far. This is something that's very, very, very important. Okay. And I'm only saying this because people are dropping like flies. And when I say dropping, I mean dying. All right. Now, everybody thinks they need to get a will. And yes, I would tell you, yes, having a will is a great idea. But did you know that if you have a will and you die, that does not stop you or your family from going into probate? Meaning, if you die and you don't have a will, then your family or whoever you left in charge has to go in front of a judge and let the judge say, we're gonna give this one over here, we're gonna give this one this, and we're gonna pay the creditor this because you didn't leave a will. So now that means you left it up to somebody you do not know, which is a judge, to make the decisions on what to do with your stuff after you die. Now that's if you die with no will. Now, if you die and you have a will, same thing gonna happen. Ain't that something? Now, that's another thing rich folks never told y'all. You never, never, ever do a will because will is public record, meaning you can't hide nothing. If you do a will and you go and take it down to the courthouse, I'm just going to pull it up and I'm going to look at it. I'm going to see who you left in charge and who you leaving stuff to because it's public record. And you still go to probate, meaning you still got to go in front of that judge and let them tell you what to do with your stuff. Well, telling your family what to do with your stuff. But how many of you have ever heard of a trust? Trust, like I trust you, trust, okay? Trust, they do cost a little bit more, right? Because it's a rich man's game. Now, I'm not talking thousands of dollars because some of y'all don't have a whole lot of things. But do you know how many people are having a hard time claiming their father or their cousin's tax refund because they had a will and they're still in probate? Do you know how difficult it is to go and pull money out of a dead person's bank account? Even if you're the spouse, the bank can say, we ain't letting you do that. We ain't got no paperwork saying nothing. Even if you bring them the will showing that you are the executor, they don't care about that. It has to go to probate. So I tell people, move away from a will. There's nothing wrong with having one if you choose, but you should always have a trust because a trust is private. Okay, did y'all hear that? It's private. The only thing you do when you file a trust is you put a little piece of paper on file at the courthouse, letting them know that I don't got a will, I got a trust, but I ain't telling y'all what's in it. So when you die, your family goes and pulls out that trust and it shows the court, my kinfolk did a trust, we don't need no probate. And you know what happens? The judge says, you right, and leaves you alone. Okay? Now, I wanted to definitely make sure y'all understand that. Okay? So while y'all are living, you need a health directive. Health directive, meaning somebody needs to know what to do with your organs. Somebody needs to know when to pull the plug, and you need to leave one of those on file with your primary care or wherever you go to get seen. If not, leave it with somebody that you trust, okay? That's a health directive because everybody should know what to do with your, if you want to be an organ donor, that kind of stuff, okay? They don't need to pull your driver's license and see that, oh, okay, no. The trust is what you really have. Excuse me. The health directive is what you use. And the next thing you would get is a power of attorney, okay? Because some of y'all, unfortunately, and I'm just speaking facts, some people may be up in that bedridden, can't talk, can't do anything for themselves. And you have the power of attorney so that you have somebody else that can speak for you, that can talk for you, that can go down to the bank and withdraw money for you, that can sign documents for you. That needs to be somebody that you trust. But get this, once you die, so does that power of attorney. It dies along with it. So they can do nothing after you die. But people think, well, I got a will. That's cool, but I done told y'all about a will. A will is great to say that you have, but it still means you have to go to probate, which means you still have to let somebody else tell you what to do. So you need a health directive, a power of attorney, and a trust. Now, if you want to do a will just for little small things, okay, I want my watch to go to this person, I want my jewelry to go to this, that's cool. But if you have a house, a car, a trailer, an investment property, Airbnb, whatever that is that's big, you put that in the trust because you need to be able to do something with it pronto once the person dies. You don't have time to wait 6 months for the court to tell you what to do because in the meantime, what's happening to all that stuff is sitting there. I got a wife right now, can't even go into her dead husband's bank account because Wells Fargo says, you ain't bring us no paperwork from the court saying that you have the right to be the administrator over this account, even though he left her as the beneficiary on the bank account and he left her name in the will. And I told her about the trust and she said, damn it, I'm writing this down because now I'm going to tell my kids, because I'm going to do a trust for them so that they don't suffer through what I'm going through with my dead husband. So I definitely want to get that out to y'all so that y'all would know. Living health directive, a power of attorney, and a trust. Okay, a living will is also like the same as a. You could do a living will if you choose. I know a lot of people want to do those, but remember, a will is a will. Okay, so a living will, it doesn't matter when you die. What are you going to have after you die? All right, so you could do a living will. Just remember, what about the rest of the stuff? Okay. Let's look at that. She says, Tanya says, you can borrow from that and everything and create a trust fund, baby. I'm telling you, I don't even have any children, but I'm telling you right now, when all my stuff goes into trust, and when my niece and nephews, if they come along, oh baby, you can stay in my house, it'll never be your house, or you could drive my car, it'll never be your car, because it's all going to belong to the trust. I'll let my trust run it. That's what a trust fund baby is. Y'all hear that? A trust fund baby. Oh, they can't get their money until they graduate college. When you have a trust, you can designate all types of stuff. Hey, don't let them get this money until they're 30, or don't let them get this money until they have one kid and they've been married for 5 years. You can be as you want in your trust. Why? Because it's your stuff and you delegating what's going to happen to it after you die. That's why I like a trust, because it still gives me the right to have this big old mouth that I have, even when I'm dead. So if you want to be able to rule over your own things that you work hard for in your lifetime, you should get a trust. And if you do not believe me, when we get off this live, do trust versus a will, and you'll see everything that I'm telling you. Okay. And yes, we do those trusts in our office as well, but I'm just letting y'all know that for, GP, because some of y'all need to know that. All right. Thank you, Dominique. I appreciate that. I definitely want to bring that to y'all because a lot of people just don't know. And too many people are dying and getting screwed over just because they did not do some simple paperwork. Brenda says, my dad and I were talking of this for him. I'm the only family. Should he still do a trust? I'm already on the deed for the house, and I just found out I'm on bank accounts. Well, that's great. So if a person is on the bank accounts, the only thing you can do as a dead person with a bank account is make someone a beneficiary, which means when you die, the money goes to them. But, and there's always a but, not if you have a nosy bank like Launch, like Wells Fargo. Yes, that husband left his wife as the beneficiary, but they took it upon themselves. As soon as she said the word deceased, they locked the account up. So now she can't withdraw any money to pay the bills. She's borrowing money from her children until probate is done. And he's been dead 3 months. Okay. So she's been living off of her children for 3 months. So although you are the beneficiary, Miss Brenda, that does not mean when you go to the bank to say, hey, I need to get some money, my dad died. They may say, let me lock that up and wait until you bring us some documents from the court. Now, you said also, Miss Brenda says she's an only child. Should she still do a trust? Yeah. You know why? Because if you don't, you gotta go to probate. So you can have a trust and don't have to have anything in there big. You can have a trust and if you just want your shoes in there. It might sound like a waste of time, but it's not if you want to give your stuff to somebody right after you die, because a will may not like you. Now, shoes is very minimal, okay? That was a bad example. Let's just say a house. Let's just say it was a car. Say it was $10,000 in a safe. Something like that. Y'all know old people still keep money in the safe. If somebody reports that could be also on the list when you go to probate. And now you're gonna have to wait to the judge to say, oh yeah, well, let me make sure you paid off all your creditors first. Because they may say, you still owe Macy's $5,000. We're gonna take it out of that money that's in the safe. They can do what they want. It's probate. The judge has the last say, not y'all. That's why you need to do a trust, because the trust means the family has to say, not the court. Now, don't try to use a trust to avoid paying your bills. Now, don't die with $100,000 in credit card debt and you're trying to hide $1 million in the trust. People do it all the time. Yeah, it's a possibility you might get found out. Okay. But for us average people, ordinary, regular, people, a trust will be good because we ain't trying to avoid nothing. Okay. We just want to avoid probate. Okay. All right, let me see what else y'all put. Let's see. What about the T-Mobile class action suit? Y'all got to pay attention to these class action lawsuits. If they have one, sign up for it. I'm all about getting on class action lawsuits. All about it. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell y'all these lawyers are getting funny with these class action lawsuits. All right, let me see what time it is. It's after 8:01. All right, so they're getting funny about this class action lawsuits. And I'm gonna tell y'all, do not get caught up. If you see that they send you something in your email, because a lot of y'all do follow me, y'all sign up for the class action lawsuits when I tell y'all. But if you get something in your email and they want you to print out a letter saying that under penalty of perjury, don't even waste your time, baby. It is not worth them $10, $12 to be caught up in no fraud and going to prison or getting on no probation behind a little bit of change. It's not worth it, okay? Just be mindful, if you did not purchase or buy the item, don't do it. Now, we always apply for class action lawsuits that do not require any proof, no receipts. But a lot of them will say no receipts, but then send you an email later saying, send us a receipt. Don't even get into lying. It's not, especially with the Equifax one. They're encouraging people to lie to get some money, but don't do it because it's not worth it. Because if you get caught up in it, you probably can't apply for any other class action lawsuit after that. And then a little bit of money that you do get, just don't get yourself in no mess behind that. Only do the ones that you know that you can apply for reasonably and move on. Okay. Let's see. How much should one be in debt before filing? You have to be $10,000 in debt to file bankruptcy. Okay. And the 10,000 means you can owe Ray, you can owe Pookie and them. You can have, it could be credit card debt. It could be any type of federal debt, not child support. Okay. And not any criminal fines. All right. So if you got fines from the court because of a drug case or whatever case, leave that out. Okay. So they're not going to do that, but they will do everything else but that. IRS debt, Section 8 debt, food stamp debt. And I know because I've done like quite a few bankruptcies for people who done got caught up getting overpaid food stamps and they've been riding out with that money. And now the people is after them and they want to just hurry up and act like it didn't happen. They come to me all the time. Okay. Hey, Dwight. All right, let me see. What else? Okay. Ms. Rhonda says you need an entire show on this matter next week. I have a story. Oh, we could do that, Ms. Rhonda. I have no problem. I love for people because I want people to see that it's not me just talking. I want y'all to know I basically regurgitate the information of stuff that people go through on a daily basis. Okay. And people are getting screwed over, and they get screwed over because they're just not educated. And why? Because people aren't talking about these kind of things. So we want to protect ourselves. All right. So it's after 8. So let me do my little rundown. Student loans could possibly be extended after August 31st. Okay. If you are one of those individuals, you know you need to do the borrower's defense, do your application. But remember, I said you can do the application now, but don't mail it in until like July or August, because you don't need to cut off your free time of sitting around not having to make no payments. Okay. So if you know you're going to do the borrower's defense, get on it. If you are somebody that is your school is not closed and you know you got to go, you know you got to pay, get on one of those payment plans. All you got to do is consolidate those loans into one and then choose a plan. All right. The name of the game, to be able to pay less, you got to have more dependents. All right. So that's the same dependents that you would claim on your taxes is the same type of dependents you could tell the Department of Education. So if you claim your mama and your daddy, that is a dependent that you tell the Department of Education about so they can lower your monthly payments. All right. Now, that's one. The borrower's defense, again, I do them. Mariah said, what's the best way to contact me? You can send me an email. Send me an email, shamikasaves@gmail.com. And I'll give you the information so we can do the credit. Remember, I do the credit $20 so that we can at least review. Believe me, I am very busy. And I know some of my credit customers, they love to tell me that ain't nothing been done or this ain't been done. And I'm like, let me show y'all. Okay. Because I don't play about my my reputation, and I don't play with my integrity, and I don't play with y'all money. So when somebody says that something wasn't done, I love to prove, to show them what was done. Some of y'all have to get better at reading credit reports. And I know I probably should do a class on that to help y'all with that. The next thing, stop carrying around all this debt. Okay. If you know you owe IRS and it's a ridiculous amount and you are young and you're not able to pay it, you don't think you're ever going to pay it, and you want to be able to see a tax refund sometime soon in the future, then think about or consider filing bankruptcy. It could help put you ahead of the game. I know y'all going to ask, no, you cannot buy a house for 2 years, but some of y'all ain't going to be able to buy a house anyway in 2 years. So why not know for sure you could buy than guessing with the way y'all going right now, okay? That's the next thing. Also, once the payments resume for student loans, we don't know when that's going to be. Right now, it's saying August 31st. Anyone that has 270 days, meaning from January to October, okay? Or they may say that they may do it when COVID started, which will be March, and they may move it back to December. But anyway, in 2020, they're basically giving you 270 days. If you have any negative or derogatory marks, late fees, late pays, any of those things, they will remove those things from your credit automatically. As well as July, they're going to remove the $500 or less medical bills from your credit. So I want y'all to start perking up and paying attention. Student loans should be coming off. The debt for the student loan should be coming off. Medical bills should be coming off. And collections that are $500 or less should be coming off. So y'all hear me? That's 50% off on your credit. The rest of the stuff y'all got to do on your own. All right. And I think that's it. I believe it. Let me look. Let me just double check real quick. And two, remember y'all, if y'all don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, y'all crazy, because let me tell y'all, I am so happy when people send me a message and say, girl, I saw the post on your page and now I'm on the Food Network. I was very, very happy for Monasia Johnson. She made it to the Food Network. She said, girl, we're not even friends on Facebook. She just saw it on my story and sent me a message and said, I just took a leap of faith and now she's on TV. Okay? Because listen, y'all talking about being broke, not being able to buy no groceries. Y'all better get some of this reality TV, some social media money. All right? So if you can't do it that way, it's lots of ways. So follow me so you can see these castings, because they are putting out a lot. And last but not least, no PPP, no EIDL. This is just a restaurant revitalization grant and loan. Some people will be getting money, but it's probably not going to be you if you do not have a restaurant or entertainment industry business. Hey, Tyron says, wait, IRS debt is included in bankruptcy? Yes, it can be included in bankruptcy. See, that's the secret they don't tell y'all. Rich folks got the game sold up, okay? And they do it because they don't want y'all to know. Because if more people know about it, it won't be a secret. Okay, bankruptcy is the lick. That's why I love to talk about it all the time, because it can do so much for people that they never thought that they could. It says do a balance transfer and pay it off before the interest rate starts. That's not bad too. You can do a balance transfer if you want to on your credit cards to get them paid off. And it says even if you're married, I'm assuming you're talking about bankruptcy. Yes, you can file married when you're bankruptcy, but you do not have to file together. I have women that come to me and go, girl, I got a shopping problem and I don't want to let my husband know. Okay. And I'm going to need to file and he doesn't need to know about it. And it is, you can absolutely do it. Now, what y'all do in y'all house, what y'all talk about is between y'all, but you could be married and do not have to be affected by the other person filing bankruptcy just because they filed. All right. And let's see, is this all in all states? Yes, you can file it in every state. It says, what if you're on the deed of a property? Take your name off the deed. That's it. You don't need to have your name on the deed. If you broke, why you have assets? Okay. So if that's your issue, then just take your name off that property. That's all. The person can put your name back on it later. Yes, I do all three. It says, I don't know what that says. Hey, Miss Terry. Oh, the three things: power of attorney, a health directive, and a trust. You can do a living will if you want to, but the ones you definitely need is a health directive so that somebody knows where to put your eyeballs, your liver, and your kidney. You need a power of attorney so somebody can make decisions for you or write or answer or whatever in the case you're incapacitated, meaning you're in the hospital and you're a vegetable and cannot talk. You need somebody to be able to speak for you. And then last but not least is the trust, so that your items do not go into probate where you have to worry about somebody you don't know making decisions about your stuff, period. Okay. I mean, that's it. And that's enough for me. And if you don't believe me, again, look up trust versus a will. Okay. And what did you say? TR says, can you go over student loan changes, negatives coming off? Negatives come off. 270 days is what what Department of Education is giving you for derogatory remarks. So if you got a 30, 60, 90, 120 day, you got a charge off for your student loan, or it went to collections. If that happened during the year of 2020, when COVID started, they will automatically remove all that. Okay. They said they will remove it once student loan payments resume. Why are they doing that, guys? Because, like I said, they realize that half of the people they're trying to get to pay these loans back don't even have no real loan to pay because the school damn closed. So they're finding that, maybe we should do it the right way and get everybody out of the way that shouldn't be here before we start making people pay. And if you are somebody that you know your school is closed, you haven't done a borrower's defense, don't even waste your time trying to call to do no, to refinance or to get on a new plan. For what? That school is closed. You shouldn't be paying it. Put in the borrower's defense and use your forbearance period. They give you forbearance until they make a decision, which is why I don't want y'all to apply for it until August, right before this forbearance. This is the free forbearance, okay? The free forbearance is between now and August 31st. Put your borrower's defense application in sometime in August. Then when August 31st hits, you'll be on a new forbearance. So you just keep on going, okay? We got to play smart. You got to play that game and look at the things that they say, and you got to learn how to operate within it. And hopefully that's what I'm showing y'all, or maybe teaching y'all to do, okay? So I hope y'all took something away from this. Everything that I talk about, if I can't do it in my office, I have somebody else to refer you to, but we do all this stuff I talked about in the office. Get you that trust, that will, that not the living will if you want one, power of attorney, and a health directive, okay? The will is optional. All the other three are mandatory, all right? Just because we don't know when it's anybody's time. Car accidents happen, COVID happens, hell, things happen. So we need to make sure we are prepared for all of it, okay? And yes, TR, if it's before, it stays only after. And yes, Tyron, shoot me a text if you need me. And yes, I do all states. If it's federal, there's nothing that says I can't help, because it's all federal. Federal is every state, not just the state I live in of Florida. And then I got one more thing and I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay. I swear, I promise. So anybody who has children, okay, because I know I turned some people away when I went back and I looked and I'm like, oh, I was wrong. So y'all know I'll correct myself really quick. Now, if you have kids and they wanted to file taxes, here's how that goes really quick. So I know a lot of y'all parents may have claimed your kids as dependents, and that's fine. You can always amend your taxes only. It's not going to take no money from y'all. You can amend your taxes to select for your dependent, for your child, there's a box on the taxes that says can be claimed on somebody else's return. So if you have a child that worked and they paid taxes, they should file to get that little bit of taxes back. Now, I got a 19-year-old, she worked and she got $120 she paid. And now I'm like, you know what? At first I told her mom, nope, we can't. But I went back and I looked and I corrected myself. And yes, she can. She can get her 120 back. Now, this is what y'all do not know. If you have a dependent child, they can earn $1,100. Okay, $1,100. I'm gonna leave it at the $1,100. But $1,100 is what they can earn and still file. Okay, $1,100 plus $350. So let's say $1,400, $1,450. So if your child made $1,450, they can file. All right, they can file and be a dependent. But you may have to correct yours, parents, if you did not check the box saying that child can be claimed as a dependent on somebody else's taxes. The only thing that child will get back is just that money they paid in taxes. All right. So I'm saying that in case you got some kids who were sitting around upset that y'all don't took their $1,400 stimulus, y'all don't took the earned income credit and then give them nothing. So if you want to, and they did work a little bit, and it's at least $1,400, let them file. If they paid taxes out of it, great. Let them file so they can get that little bit of change that they paid back. Okay. I promise that is all. If they're in college, you should be filing them on your taxes. That you should file that 1098 on your taxes, because you probably paid for their income to go to school versus them. Just let the child file if they paid any taxes to the IRS. Let them file to get that little bit of money back. Even if it's $60, let them get it. They happy to see some money come in their name. Okay. So I just wanted to let y'all know, don't sleep on the kids. All right. You have time to change your taxes. You can amend it and it won't cost you $1 and it won't take anything from you financially. Okay. Because you will still get everything you were going to get. You're just checking a new box saying that child can claim themselves. That way, when they file, their taxes will not be rejected. Okay. All right. So if I missed anything, please send me a message. I actually have taxes to do and some extensions to do. So if y'all want to be in that extension pile, please send a message because I will be doing those tonight. Make sure you have your email on or put your phone number in the email so I can text you. It'll go faster than me emailing you back and forth. But I'm going to go back and do what I have to do. But if you guys have anything, send me a message. You got any topics, send me a topic request. I'm so glad tax season is gone because now I feel like I can turn up. Okay, so I'm going to see y'all next Monday. Thank y'all again for tuning in, and I'll talk to you then. And Zoe, if they didn't pay any taxes, they don't have to file. But if you wanted to get them some of their money back, you can file, especially if they paid some taxes. If they didn't, you don't have to worry about it. All right. Have a good one, guys. See y'all next Monday. If not, send me a message and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.